Hey there, Algebra 1. Catlin here with your help for your cool down. We're function notation. And this is something that I always have a bunch of kids ask about whenever map comes around, like in seventh grade. They're seeing this notation, they don't understand what it means. It's actually a pretty basic thing if you understand the definition of a function and how it's set up. So the letter Q that we see here in this is not something that you're solving for, it's the name of the function. Function Q is giving a puppy's weight in pounds as a function of its age in months. So when you see that sentence, you know that when you see Q of whatever in parentheses, that inside the parentheses is what it's a function of, and it's a function of its age in months. So we know that the age is going to go inside here, and then what it equals is the first part of the function, which is the puppy's weight. Okay, so function notation always names the function a letter, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, Q, whatever. And then inside that parentheses that follows it is your input, what it's a function of. Most of the time, it is a measurement of time, something that is an independent variable. And then outside, what all of it equals, once you have computed that input, it tells you a different variable that you're comparing it to, like a weight or a time, or I'm sorry, a distance or something like that, that depends upon the time in the function. So that's our setup here. Let's see if we can interpret some of the things that it wants us to interpret. What does each expression or equation represent in this situation? So when we see Q of 18, okay, this represents all of that it tells us here with the age of the puppy being in 18 months. Okay, so this would represent um, the weight of a puppy, and we don't know what it is. It's going to be the weight of that puppy. It didn't tell us what it equals, but it's going to be the weight of that puppy at 18, which is the age of the puppy in months. So the weight of a puppy at 18 months of age. That's what that notation is representing in this particular function. Now, whenever it sets it equal to a certain amount, remember that's actually telling you we know the weight. The weight of that puppy is this at that particular age. So when you write this sentence here, that's what you're going to say. You're going to write, this is the weight of a puppy at age 30 months, and its weight is 27.5 pounds. Okay, so that's what you're going to write here. I'll save the time of you watching me write so you can write your own here. Okay, write your own. Okay. All right, let's look at the last part here. Use function notation. So the reverse of that, we had function notation, we wrote the description, and now we've got the description. We have to put it into function notation. And it might be helpful to think about what function notation is. Okay, function notation, you have the name of the function. Okay. Inside the parentheses, you have the input, what's going into it. And then the whole thing altogether is the output. That's in your lesson summary notes. You can kind of look at that to get an understanding of what function notation is about. Now, we use this particular description here. We can put it into function notation. We know the age of the puppy, and we know that age is going inside the parentheses. We know the weight of the puppy, and that's going outside equals set to our function notation. So this particular one was set up as Q of 12 equals 19.6. Everything matches up with our setup for our function. Now, for part B, I'll allow that one. You can have letters or variables in the input or the output for the function, and I think that's what's going to happen on this next one. When the puppy was a month old, it weighed W pounds. So you're not going to have numbers in these places. You're going to have letters, and I will allow for you to do that one on your own. All right. So if you're not listening to this video and you're just copying junk down, from what I see on the screen, like some of you like to do, I will I will write listen to Mr. Catlin, and that might be maybe an incentive for you to actually listen to the videos instead of just copying down. That might help some quiz grades like we saw from last week. All right, so happy hunting out there, and good luck on this week's cool downs, and we'll see you tomorrow. Later.